Okay. Sorry, I just got interrupted for a minute, so I had to turn it off. My son came out looking for something. Unfortunately, those are the little hiccups we have to deal with when we work from home. So, okay, let's go. The Witch's Den Reading Room. That's on Facebook, and if you join this club, you get heavily discounted readings that are almost 50% discounted. So yeah, that'd be good. Also, I started a Patreon account, and on the first tier, I'm offering a free, sorry, not a free, but for your subscription every month, you will get a personal reading, as well as you will receive one of these. If you look closely, you will see it's actually a little silver dragon. And this will have a protective oil which I make myself and I developed myself. It's called Typhon's Bite. Typhon because he's basically a dragon. He's I guess you could call him a hydra. Very hard to kill. Mythological creature from ancient folklore. Anyway, you will get one of those on your subscription to my Patreon channel, and also a free reading each month. But I'm also offering early access on the second tier to the book I'm writing called Chakras, Food and You. And basically what it's about is clearing your chakra blockages by the food that you eat. And there will be a list of how to tell if you do have blockages. And there will also be a list of different foods and a list of different herbs. And later I will also be adding different recipes. I need to do a little bit more research first before I can list specific recipes, because what I'm doing is I'm actually experimenting with different foods myself, and then what I like I'm actually putting on the website. So I'm thinking I might put videos up as well. Anyway, Sagittarius, my darlings, let's get into your reading now and let's see what's going to be happening for you for the month that is now. Unfortunately, darlings, I was a little bit late in getting it out. I had some negative stuff I had to deal with, and I didn't want to read while I was carrying that negative energy, so I had to take a couple of days and clear myself and, you know, get my energy back to a good positive level. And today, while I was sitting down in my chair, I felt all of this really intense heat in my base chakra, and then I realized, okay, I'm ready to get back to it and keep doing this for you beautiful people. Okay, so let's go and see what's in store for Sagittarius for the month of November. What's in store for Sagittarius for the month of November? What's in store for Sagittarius in the month of November? Oh, and also I forgot to mention, on New Year's Day, I'm offering a special offer. I only have 8 spaces available for this, but I do readings with the Russian Gypsy fortune telling cards. And on New Year's Day, I can do you a 12 monthly forecast. So you can find out exactly what's going to happen within the next 12 months. And that I can specifically only do on New Year's Day. If I do a Wheel of Fortune with the tarot, I can do it at any time. That is still the same price. It's $120 because it can turn out to be a very long read. I have done yearly forecasts with the Russian Gypsy cards when I've been reading for like 2 hours solid. So, you know, if there's a lot that's going to happen in the year, then it's quite good value. Anyway, let's see what's going to come for you in the next month. energy. Let's start over. Holy, oops, that wasn't meant to happen. Okay, clearly there was some negative energy in there, so I'm glad that I decided to. Alright, it's time for a tap and clear. Shouldn't do that. Okay, let's start again. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Now, if you don't like all the rambling in the beginning, it is timestamped, so you can move the video forward if you don't want to hear all that. But all the details for readings and prices will be below in the description box. So will my email contact, so that you can contact me for a personal reading if that's what you're interested in. And let's see what's in store for you for the next month. Okay, let's go. That's a 10 of swords, I think. 9. Okay. The first card off the deck is the 9 of swords. Nine. I feel like there's going to be a communication of some sort of truth, something which you have not been told. Because this card rules thoughts, intellect, ideas, and communication and truth. Swords cut away dead wood and make way for new growth. But they can also depict treachery and deceit as well. But being that it is a number 9, 9 is about fruition and attainment, fulfillment. But in order to be able to achieve this, you have to get to the truth and the heart of the matter. And that may entail cutting away some things or some beliefs or some truths which you have previously held quite close, and this could prove a little bit difficult because some people tend to hold on to things. Now, the second card that we've got is the Lovers. There's a choice that needs to be made in a relationship. We've also got the Lady of Staves. Wands. Wands is fire energy, and so it indicates passion. But the Lady of Staves in the traditional tarot would be a page. Pages are rather inexperienced, and they're impatient. They want to explore everything that life's got to offer, but they're very impatient in the way that they go about doing this, and they're eager to learn and explore, and in doing so, their eagerness and inexperience can lead them astray, and it can get them in trouble. But I feel as though, being that we've got the Lovers here, I feel as though this is relating to a relationship where certain things have happened which have been kept hidden from you, and I get the sense that one, either you or the other party may have handled this in a rather young and inexperienced manner, because pages are they can be very immature and impatient. Now, we've also got the Three of Wands as the next card. And this is, see, if I put this card back up here, you're on a journey. And if I was to put this in the cross the way it's meant to be done, then this card, you would be moving away from the trouble. Whereas because of the way I set them up so that you can see them while I'm doing the read, it looks like it's traveling towards it when you're actually traveling away. So just be mindful too, because the inexperienced page sometimes doesn't know when to give up the battle. And so I think that and we've got another boat and traveling in the same direction. So we've got the Six of Swords. As I said before, Swords is about truth and communication, intellect, new thoughts, new ideas, new concepts, communication of truth, and also again the cutting away of what does not serve. If there have been deceptions and lies, deceit and treachery, then these two cards would tell us that we are moving away from that. Because Six is about communication, cooperation and harmony. And so you're moving away from that to seek peace of mind and to seek harmony within your own spirit. And the next one we've got is the Five of Vessels. Now, I sort of feel like this is definitely to do with a broken relationship, and it seems as though you're in the process of leaving this behind because it doesn't serve your higher purpose. It's keeping you bound and stuck in that place, and you really want to move forward into better, greener pastures. Now, the next card we've got is the Four of Swords. Now, I take this card to mean that you have made these plans in secret because you didn't want people knowing what was going on and what decisions you are making. You wanted to keep this to yourself and private so that nobody could mess it up, and that was a really smart move, because the pages, being inexperienced, sometimes they do tell fibs and things like that. So I feel like this is more to do with the past than it is with the present. And you had to keep certain plans secret so that nobody knew, and so you can make a cleaner cut for the break. This is what I'm feeling from this card. And the next card we've got is Star. And the Star is a good card to get in this position because that tells us that there is hope for the future, and that even though there have been difficult experiences and difficult situations, and there have been it's almost like it's taken you to a place of solitude. But I feel that even though it's brought you to a place of solitude, I feel like you're coming to the end of a cycle, because we've got the Nine of Swords back here. And like I said, nines are about fruition and attainment, fulfillment. We are coming very close to the end of a cycle, but looking at the progression of the cards, this is what you have been through already. Okay, these four cards. and these four are what you're moving towards, okay? This is the way I read. I don't read the same way that most readers do because, to be honest with you, I've actually never really sat down and read a tarot book in my life. I learnt to read playing cards when I was a very young girl, thanks to my great aunts and my grandmother. And yeah, very fond memories of that. And the next card we've got is the Ten of Vessels. And vessels in the traditional tarot is cups. And cups is about emotions, creativity, intuition, love, and relationships. And I feel like whatever has happened in the past, that you're going to be able to move through this, and there's going to be a lot of communication about the situation and about what happened. And I feel as though since you've moved past all the conflict, the 10 talks about the ending of a cycle and it's renewal. So because we've got the Lovers here, I feel like it's a renewal of a relationship. And I feel like that there is going to be communication between you and either a partner that you are currently having issues with, or someone from your past is going to return and you are going to communicate your differences and settle them. Now, you may not necessarily wind up back in a relationship with this person, because renewal doesn't always, it's not going over old ground, if you know what I mean. Okay, you may come to a point where you are able to be friends, or it may turn into more than that. It's very hard to tell at this stage. But look, I feel like there is completion coming, and like you are going to move through this, and you are going to attain a much higher level of understanding within this situation, and things which have been hidden before are going to be brought to the light, and you are going to be in a much better place, both emotionally and mentally and physically. I feel like there was a lot of negative energy surrounding this particular relationship early on, and I feel as though external influences were the main cause of the problem. And look, I feel like you're going to overcome that and come to a place of peace, and where it offers hope, because the last two cards they're very good. This starts from the Major Arcana, but the Ten of Vessels is a very good card because it heralds the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new phase. And so you need to watch the energies that you allow into your life right now, because this is a very new energy, and you want to be able to firmly seat this energy within you. And so just try to avoid negative people, because those negative energies can have the ability to be able to top you off your perch if the energy isn't firmly seated. Okay, so just be very mindful of that. And I'm being told that at this point in time you're also going to have to watch your temper, because your temper is another thing that is going to put the kibosh on things. You need to be very firm with yourself and don't allow yourself to react to people's negative opinions or aspersions. You know, what people think of us is not necessarily what we are. We formulate our own direction, you know what I mean? And look, if you keep a positive mindset and you keep telling yourself that you're gonna be fine, and you're gonna get through this, and everything will work out okay. And keep a positive mindset. That will push anything that is negative away, because the more you love that you approach a situation with, and the more compassion and forgiveness that you give, firstly, the faster other people are going to get their karma, because in order for karma to fall, you need to forgive the people who have wronged you. Otherwise, you're holding on to that negative energy, and the karma can't be dealt with, because it hasn't been released into the universe for it to be filtered down to come back and settle in its rightful place. Okay, so we need to be really, really mindful of the energies that we're dealing with and the energies that we're taking on right now, because right now is a crucial phase. And it seems to be a recurring theme through a lot of different signs that I've read, this energy of renewal and new phases and things being left behind, stuff being discarded. And I feel as though that is because at the moment, we have a number of planets in retrograde. And retrograde is actually the more negative side of planets and planetary aspects. And so sometimes the worst of people can come out during this period. So just be mindful of that. And remember that we are 90% water. So whatever affects the planets and the moon and those things, or any planets that are watery, like Neptune, or even, like the planets that rule the water signs, like Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto even as well. Even though it's not technically water, it's a gas, but still, when it's frozen, it moves like fluid. So just remember that, and just remember to keep a positive mindset, because that will go a long way to keeping you strongly on your path and keeping that negative energy at bay, so that the things that you want to see happen within this relationship can come to a fruitful conclusion. So I thank you for your time, and thank you for watching. I do very much appreciate you watching, and I appreciate my subscribers, as few as they are at the moment, but we are only building. I've only had the channel for a month, and I've been out of the reading game for quite a few years now, so guys, it takes a while to get back into the groove, you know what I mean? Get into the groove, boy, you got to improve your love too. Yeah, well, okay, anyway, thank you, my darlings, and I hope that you guys have a lovely evening, afternoon, morning, wherever in the world you are, and I hope that everything turns out exactly how you want. Blessed be, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, and bye-bye for now. I will catch you again next time.